Today I'm going to show you how to put together a Monster Series puppet. In this video we're going to show you how to make the head and body for the puppet. First step you're going to need is the pattern pieces that you can come up with in your imagination. I have the skull and the foam skull and jaw as separate pieces. And the body is for foam. As you can see, I label it foam because some pattern pieces got that. Some half-inch foam. Some plastic storage bin. I happen to use a lot. And your mouth plate pieces. Now and the pieces you're going to use for your fabric only. And today we are going to be using this blue stretch Mongolian fur, since you guys voted for blue fur for my tutorial. In case you haven't followed my social media, that's all the supplies you're going to. Some contact cement for gluing, some scissors, some old scissors that you don't mind getting all gummed up. That's all the supplies you're gonna need. Let's get started. Alright, first thing you're gonna do is trace out your pattern pieces. First things first is I trace out the jaw pattern. I flip it over and repeat this process. And then for the foam skull, now you do the same thing with the foam belly pattern. And then repeat the same process, tracing it. Then do the same thing with the skull pattern. Then, I don't know if you can see that. Then, trace it out with the foam skull and then repeat this process. And once you got your foam pieces all trimmed out, then go ahead and then cut it out. Alright, got the foam pieces cut out. Now, let's glue them with contact cement. As I mentioned before, you must be in a well-ventilated area doing this. Otherwise, you have to use a respirator then, because the fumes are not healthy. First thing, put some contact cement. All over the foam skull. Sometimes the contact cement can be a little tricky. just gotta let these pieces dry and get tacky before we glue them on. Now we just gotta let these pieces get dry and to get tacky. Now, let's do the mouth plate. Alright, now you can have your plastic storage bin. Now this is kind of what I mainly because you can get like 50 mouth plates out of them. I know they're a bit hard to cut, but now what you're going to do is trace a pattern. Trace the pattern and repeat this process. The other end, don't forget to mark the notches. And once when you get done tracing them, then you go ahead and cut it out. You could get like 50 mouth plates out of these. May be a little tricky to cut, but with some timing, you'll get the hang of it. Alright, got my mouth plate pieces cut out. Now, go ahead and sand them down. Sand the edges down with sandpaper. It'll make the glue easy for it to attach. Alright, once they've been all sanded, put a little bit of contact cement in between them, in the mouth plates. Let them dry and get tacky. Now back to the foam skull. Once it's dry, go ahead and then do the same thing. To ignore this hole, got the foam head put together, ignore the hole right there since it's going to be covered in fabric anyway. Now do the same thing for the belly. Sometimes this foam doesn't want to. Sometimes you just gotta put a little more contact cement. There you go. And let that sit and get tacky. And don't forget to put some around the foam jaw. And let those pieces get set and get tacky for just a minute or so to get tacky. Alright, I got the foam belly done. Foam skull. Now, we just gotta put the mouth plate pieces together. Don't forget to make sure that you don't put it in the wrong. Just put it down. Don't forget to make sure which one. Don't forget to make sure don't put it in the right way. Like this. Now do the same thing for the foam jaw. Now, got the foam pieces together. Now let's move on to the fabric. And today I'm just going to be using this blue fur. As I mentioned before, you guys voted for blue to be the tutorial. Now the first thing you're going to do is trace out. And here is the medium shaped body fabric. Trace it out. Go ahead and then trace the pieces out. Start off with the foam head. And if you're going to be sewing this on a sewing machine, make sure to add some seam allowance. Otherwise, if you're going to be sewing it by hand, sew it by hand. Then sew it by hand. Which, to me, as I mentioned before, can't really hand sew because I don't know how to hand sew. Then flip it over and trace the other side. Then repeat this process, and then once when you're done, then simply cut it. Repeat this process. Then once when you're done, then simply just go ahead and cut it out and then sew it up. I'm gonna get these pieces cut out, and then I'm gonna take it over to the sewing machine. All right, got it all sewn up together. Now for the fabric mouth plate. Now you trace around it. Then you repeat this process, and don't forget to line up your notches, top and bottom. Now I like to sew this on the sewing machine because it creates a lip line. Got the fabric mouth plate all sewn up. Now I'm going to take it over to the sewing machine and sew it up. Alright, got the mouth all sewn. Now we took the Super 77 spray adhesive, and then be careful not to get it on the puppet where you don't want it. And you can go ahead and spray your mouth pieces. You must be in a well-ventilated. Do that. Now let this dry and get tacky for just a minute or so. Let that sit for a minute, and then once when it gets tacky, then go ahead and glue it on. Alright, it's been like a minute, so go ahead and line up your top. Be careful not to avoid any, so you can avoid any wrinkles. And put your bottom jaw piece. And once when you get the pieces together, then go ahead and turn it inside. Go ahead and turn it inside out. Then go ahead and turn it inside out. Might have to push the foam head upwards, get it just right. And here he is. And then don't worry about the belly, because it's very flexible. And there is the monster puppet. Head and body completed. Now, in the next video, we're going to do some arms and legs. Now, I hope this video will help you. And that's all for now. See you next time.